You're listening to the Straight Cricket Podcast.
I got my on days.
Andy's candies.
My on days for days.
I
Got it
can't
at
believe you made your mom say that.
not only, but now it's like it's not an ironic thing anymore. To me, this is an on days. Everyone else has got it right, but I never even had one until I learned how to call it on days, and then I was like, I have to try one.
Now you're into it.
Mhm. It's like
They
a
are pretty
yonk.
good. A
The
York
York
peppermint
peppermint
patty?
patties, I call them yonks because you know how the writing's like cursive? When Tristan was little, my mom had some, and Tristan's like, "Can I have a yonk?" Because the R looked like an N.
That's funny.
So we got yonks and on days. It's New Year's Eve,
It's New Year's Eve.
just like that.
Woo!
And we can't even talk about Christmas because we don't even know what happened on Christmas.
Christmas
So,
was great. We're in the future.
oh my God, Christmas. I know I can tell you everything that I got right now, but I'll wait. I'll hold it. What's like the main thing you think of when you think of New Year's?
New Year's Eve.
Okay. Okay, the other thing.
Resolutions?
Yes, resolutions. Let's talk about resolutions. Do you make them?
No, not
No.
anymore.
Okay. Have you ever, so you have before.
I have. I say it and then I never follow through with them.
That was my next question. Have you ever been successful with a New Year's
No,
resolution?
not once.
Has anyone ever been successful with a New Year's resolution?
Please let us know.
Honestly, they're
Um,
not, I don't know. It's like, it's a fun idea in theory to think new year, new me, like I'm going to do all these great things, but it's just not feasible, really.
we all know you're on your same bullshit from the year
100%.
before.
There's no, like, that change from midnight to like 1 o'clock. Wait, that's not how that time thing works from 11:59.
11:59.
You know, when the clock jumps from midnight to 1 a.m. and it's suddenly another day. But yeah, the 11:59 to midnight mark, there's not a significant change, and I think we need to accept that more. We might have like different goals and aspirations for ourselves. You were the same person as you were right before it happened. It
Yep.
just change doesn't work like that. Um, are you so you just are done with resolutions, don't believe in them, don't want to do them anymore type deal?
Yeah.
Same.
Done with it.
Well, it's hard too because I feel like for me anyway, I like to think things through. So I'm not just gonna sit here at the end of the year and make a list like I want to do this, 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 and this, and then it be my
Well,
resolution.
it's so just telling you from like a psychology standpoint,
Hmm.
it's very unrealistic because you're not making smart goals. And smart is specific, measurable,
Ooh.
um, oh shit, what is the smart thing?
I didn't know it was an acronym. I think that's awesome.
I have to tell you what they're for.
Okay.
Crap.
I'm fascinated. I had no idea that it stood for something.
Yes. So specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time specific.
Mm. Okay.
So we're not making smart goals for ourselves. We're just saying, oh, yeah, I'm going to be better. If it was easier to be better, then you would have already been better.
Right. We would be better already.
Yeah. So I don't think people really put too much thought into their resolutions, which is
Hmm.
why we don't stick with them.
That makes sense. Yeah. And I feel like it's always, I don't know. I like the thought of breaking down goals into smaller pieces, like
Hmm.
smaller milestones to hit, because it's always like, I'm gonna go to the gym every day. I'm gonna cut this out of my diet. Like,
And you're doing
it,
all those changes at one time.
yeah, baby steps.
Yeah.
That's why people get burnt out and then like
Hmm.
stop going to the gym like the third week of the year or something, you know?
Yeah.
Change is something that you have to like actively work towards every day. One of my favorite things that I've ever heard is like as long as you get 1% better every day, that's all that matters. So you
Hmm.
don't have to go from not doing anything to working out every single day. Just like do one activity a day, do 5 minutes of walking a day, 10 minutes a day. Like, I don't know why. Also, resolutions I feel like always go to fitness and health. You know what I mean? That's like the typical. We need more fun resolutions. Like, for example, I came up with a resolution. I want to watch the movie Poor Things. That's my New Year's
Oh, I
resolution.
want to watch that too.
I wish it was close, like came out closer to your birthday so we could just watch it then, but it probably
When does
won't
it
be
come
in the
out?
theater. I think it's already out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I'm setting that as a New Year's resolution because I know I can do it. I'm gonna feel good when I accomplish a resolution.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, that movie looks so good. Have you like heard what it's about?
No, I just saw like 2 seconds of a clip on YouTube and I was like, that seems weird. I want to watch that.
Can I read you the little description? It's kind of it's not like spoilers, but it definitely gives away the whole plot. Can I read it to you?
Hmm.
Because it's very interesting. But before I do that, were you about to say something and I interrupted you?
Oh, I think I was gonna say that I kind of made a fun resolution for myself last
Mm,
year, and I
yeah,
stuck with it for maybe a good portion of the year, like most of the year. I
really?
said every time on my 4-day weekend, I want to be gone somewhere, whether it be like going back
Yeah,
home or, like I want to use that time for me and for self-care. So I don't take clients on my Friday and Monday, even though,
I love
um,
that.
yeah, exactly. So
See, that's what I'm talking about. Those are like really good, achievable goals we can do. Good for you.
thank you.
Okay. The bizarre life of a female Frankenstein who is resuscitated after a fetus brain is placed into her skull.
Mm.
So, from what I'm seeing, she dies somehow as she's carrying a child, and this whoever, Dr. Frankenstein, whatever it is,
Willem Dafoe.
I don't know if I'm assuming it's probably him because I don't think it's Mark Ruffalo, but I know he's in it too. Takes the fetus's brain that she's carrying and puts it into her mind. That's all I know, really. But that is fat, and I love Emma Stone to death. So,
Oh, Emma Stone is in it?
yeah, she's the main girl.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Yeah, she looks a lot. She's got like the thick, dark eyebrows and like the black hair.
Hmm.
I cannot wait to watch it. I also am dying to watch Wonka because Timothy Chalamet is my love.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I found out they're bamboozling people with that movie. They're not advertising it as a musical, but apparently it's a musical. And that's a tactic that I guess they're using now because they're like, most people are not going to come see it as if it's advertised as a musical. So they're leaving that out. And like people are finding out when they get to the theater. I feel like that's not right. Like,
How dare they?
I mean, obviously people know now because everyone's like telling the internet, but I would go regardless if it's a musical or not because Timothy Chalamet is in it. But if he wasn't in it and I got there and it was a musical, I'm probably going to be upset about it.
I hate musicals.
Especially paying to see it. Same, unless it's High School Musical, I don't want to hear about it. I really don't.
Never watched it. Not once.
How do you end this call? I mean, I guess it was a little bit after your age
Hmm.
bracket, but it's just a classic. Like you cannot go wrong with High School Musical. Talking to you. Um, so I figured I was on the interweb, as one does, and I found some facts about New Year's and New Year's Eve. And, there's not much to say about New Year's, so I figured I would share some of these fun facts with the class
Cool.
today. So, over 50 tons of trash are left in Times Square after New Year's Eve celebrations, and about 3,000 pounds of that is confetti. What? The confetti
That's,
and
well,
okay.
is it a new fact or are you
Um,
going to expand on that?
no, it's a different fact about the confetti. But
Okay.
real quick, let me ask you, because you lived in New York, did you ever go to the New Year's Eve celebration?
I wasn't here, or I wasn't there on New Year's when I lived up there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was down in Georgia, but um every single time. You know, people wear adult diapers. I don't know if that's a fact because there's no restrooms
Are
in
you
Times
serious?
Square.
I
Yeah.
had no idea about that. And they just stay in their same spot with their like soiled diaper?
Yeah.
Why? It's like I feel like it's not that serious. Like it's really not that
They
serious.
don't want to lose their spot.
We are broken. We need help. This
Oh.
society. Like, oh my God. I don't know. There's been times where I considered that, but like well, that sounds weird just saying that like that. Like a road trip, because you know I'm afraid to like stop alone. I'm like, okay, well if I just
Mm.
had a diaper, but the second that I use it, I'm gonna want to take it off. Like I'm not mm-mm.
Not gonna sit there soiled.
No, absolutely not. You couldn't pay me to do that. I feel ugh. Ooh. Okay, people are gross. Yeah, no, mine was just saying that the confetti in Times Square has thousands of people's wishes written on them. In 2015, Wish Fetti became part of the tradition. People write in their wishes and they're turned into confetti that fall at midnight. And I
Hmm.
think that is really cool. I would keep the confetti if it had a bunch of wishes on it. I want to know things.
That's
Um,
cute.
this is very obvious. Nearly 80% of resolutions made at the beginning of the year are forgotten by February. I would have said like 99%.
Yeah.
Long before it was used on New Year's Eve, a ball on top of England's Royal Observatory in Greenwich was dropped at 1 p.m. every day to help ship captains coordinate their navigation equipment. So that's kind of, I mean, in a sense, how the
Hmm.
ball drop started.
That's interesting.
Ball drop. The first Times Square New Year's party was thrown for a newspaper. The annual tradition of gathering in Times Square started as a party to celebrate the opening of the New York Times in 1904.
Hmm.
200,000 people attended. Didn't know there had that many people in 1904. Um,
I know, right? Wow.
so this one is absurd to me. The original ball was made from 700 pounds of iron and wood. It was later reduced to 400 pounds of iron before they switched to an aluminum frame in 1955. The current ball, allegedly, according to this article, is 11,875 pounds.
Why does it need to be that big?
Why did it go up so much? Like, we don't need that.
All they need is a giant ping pong ball.
Honestly, imagine something goes wrong and that ball falls off. You're killing people.
Hmm.
A ping pong ball would do a lot less damage. Um, Waterford, and I don't know if this is who makes the New York Times ball or if this is a place, but they come up with a new pattern or a new ball pattern. They come up with a new ball pattern every year. It's made up of 2,688 crystal triangles and has over 32,000 lights. It also displays over 16 million color patterns.
That's why it's so heavy.
But like even then I feel like you can just like put shards of a mirror up or something and shine some lights. Like, I don't know. Maybe I would feel
Hmm.
different if I saw it in person and it's like this big magical thing, but I'm not really comprehending just how crazy it is. Speaking of that, didn't you tell me on the way back from Chattanooga that we're not doing the peach this year?
Yeah.
And did we ever figure out why or it didn't say?
No, I just saw it on Instagram in
I
passing.
forgot about that until just now. So rest in peace to the peach, I guess. Is it
Yeah.
Timothy Chalamet's fault?
How many people are going to get that reference?
I hope a lot. I cannot see, hear, think, smell a peach without thinking about that scene.
I watched it and I can.
Okay, well, I've watched it about 20 times. So,
Oh, well.
um, Hershey, Pennsylvania drops a giant kiss to ring in the new year. And
Oh.
other Pennsylvania towns have traditions that play off their names. In Mechanicsburg, they drop a wrench, and in Dillsburg, they drop a pickle. Come on, y'all, we gotta watch the pickle drop.
I mean, I'm sure that's their equivalent of it's normal, just
The
like our peach
peach.
drop.
Yeah, very true. Apparently in most states, AAA offers free rides to people that are drunk.
I did
And
know that.
did you? I didn't
Hmm.
know that. I think that's incredible, but I also imagine it's a long wait.
If I were the driver, I would hate my life. Can't
I wouldn't.
stand drunk people.
I would quit if I was forced to work that night. You're not gonna catch me slipping.
I know,
Oh,
right?
that was actually the last fact that I have.
Those were cool. I like those.
Thanks. So, celebrating New Year's Eve throughout the years, have you ever gone to like a proper New Year's Eve party? Like when I picture New Year's Eve parties, I picture champagne and like classy dresses or like party dresses,
Nope.
glitter and
I
sequin.
wish.
I know.
Well, actually, it was not like that at all. Don't get me. But we ended up going to Prohibition, which is a bar
Yeah.
um in Savannah, and we did a champagne toast at midnight there. It was just like so
Oh,
effortlessly easy that
yeah.
time. Like it wasn't super crowded. It was just nice. I want to say that
Sounds
was
cute.
2020.
I like that. Oh,
Yeah.
that's probably why.
Well, no, because it didn't start in March. It didn't start until
Oh,
March.
okay, going
So it
into
was
2020.
before, yeah.
Right. Okay,
But
I see.
no, that was a really good time. I like that a lot.
That's awesome. I love that. Do you like non glitz and glam celebrations, do you have any like New Year's Eve traditions or things you used to do?
I
Or
feel
is
like
it just
every
kind of
single one
another
of mine
day?
is different.
Yeah. I mean, do you all are you always like it's New Year's Eve or is it just like it's New Year's Eve? Like who cares?
So I'll quote Bob's Burgers on this because
Please
Gene
do.
said, I hate summer. There is always so much pressure to have fun. It's like New Year's Eve for kids. And
Okay.
I'm just like, yeah, that's true. There is
Yeah.
so much pressure to go out and party.
It's
And
hyped
if you
up a
don't,
lot.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. I do like that. Speaking of that, who's your favorite Bob's Burgers character? Because I realize that's one thing I don't know about you.
Probably Bob. He just never gets what he
Oh,
wants. Poor man.
poor guy.
And Tina, I feel like they're kind of tied because Tina also never gets what she wants because
She
the other three are just selfish.
I like her. She's weird.
I do love Tina. But yeah, tie for Tina and Bob for sure.
Cute. Love that. Um, yeah, I've never done the partying New Year's Eve. But one thing that was really big for me, which again, this might have just missed your age bracket. I don't know, maybe they did it for you too. So like Hannah Montana, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, all those Disney Channel shows that I loved. At the end of the year, you get to go online and vote for your favorite episode in each category. So, like, scary episode, themed, and then it's got all the different shows, and you pick which show you want to win. So, my favorite thing to do ever at the end of the year would be voting on, like, all right, I want to see the Sweet Life win in this category. I want Hannah to win here. I want Wizards of Waverly Place here. And then New Year's Eve, you tune into the Disney Channel and you see who won and you get to watch those episodes. That was so fun to me. And something about New Year's Eve to me used to mean spa day. And this was like back before I really did like face masks at home and stuff like that. Like, I don't know, I never really messed with my face much. I had acne as a child and I didn't do like, fun soaps or anything. So New Year's Eve would always be like when me and my mom would get like our little foot, those foot bath things that you
Hmm.
would plug up. We would get those, soak our feet, we would do our nails, like be in a robe and a face mask. It was like a spa night for us.
That's cute.
That's kind of how I remember it. Mind you, that probably only happened like twice, but in my head, I'm like, that was every New Year's. Like, and now it's just like it's kind of just another day. And then I guess I got a little bit older and I like to watch all the performances, the Rockin' Eve or whatever it was,
Hmm.
like music. But then, music started getting weird, like how we were trying to listen to the radio that one time and it's like the same five songs will just rotate. So I kind of grew out of that. But did you hear or know that Pete Davidson and Miley hosted like a New Year's thing together? I think it was like 2 years ago.
I want to say I did hear about it. I didn't watch it though.
I remember bits and pieces, like of them doing like little skits in the middle or like talking and stuff, but again, like the artist performing, I was just not, besides her, of course, I was not really into. So I feel like that has lost its magic as well. If we could get like some of the OG performers, like let's get some like Britney Spears, like One Direction, like the biggest of the big, not the little viral TikTok people. No offense. That's what I would love to see again. So I'm curious, like what how this year is gonna be, because as far as I know, we're going to Angie's to do Christmas with the kids on New Year's Eve Eve. Oh
Hmm.
wait, I mean yesterday, because today is New Year's Eve. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna go. If there's gonna be like music shows that I'm gonna try to watch, or hmm. Oh, I know. I want to watch the movie, and I wanted to see if I had it because I don't even know. The movie is, I think it's called New Year's Eve or New
It
Year's Day.
is.
New Year's Eve,
Hmm.
with the ones that has like all the celebrities in it.
Hmm.
I want to watch that. That's what I want to do. I don't even know if I own it or not, but I'm gonna find it. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen that one. And they have like Valentine's Day,
Yes.
and I can't remember what the other ones are, but
Yeah, I think it's so cool. And how I love that it's like all these storylines and then at the end you see how they're all connected. I'm like, yes, I live for that. So yeah, I think I guess that's what my New Year's is gonna be like. I don't know.
Okay.
Like I'm so focused on Christmas cheer that it's like, what even are these other holidays? Like, how do you even celebrate anymore? Especially if you don't drink, you don't like people, you don't want to go out. Like, what do you do for New Year's? You just
Yeah.
10, 9, 8, like that's all you
That's essentially, yeah, what I do.
Yeah,
But I know I've spent New Year's Eve sleeping, I've spent New Year's Eve partying. It's just you can't ever tell. It's just always
right.
going to
It's
be
just
different.
different all the time.
Yep.
Have you slept through the changing of the year
I
before?
have like once, yeah.
I have also one time. I don't know, I don't think I've done it more than that. I think I've always been like weird about not doing that. I don't know. I read that oh, that's what I was gonna ask you. Like the tradition of different foods, like you're supposed to eat like black-eyed peas and greens to
Eh,
like what is it? Set the tone for like money and stuff.
Wealth, health, and I don't know. Yeah.
So I'm assuming by your reaction you don't do that.
I like collard greens. I do not like
Do
black-eyed
you?
peas. Hmm.
I don't like either of them. Maybe that's why my life is the way it is. No, but I also read when I was looking for fun facts that I don't remember which country or region it is, but some places believe you should have a round food, like a donut or a bagel, on New Year's Eve, and it symbolizes rounding out the year full circle and kind of bringing
Hmm.
it to a close. So I went to Ollie's and I found this Fruit Loop donut kit. Mind you, I thought donuts are like deep fried, are they not? Or like
Hmm.
fried? It didn't occur to me that this came with a donut baking pan. So it's not like a donut. I think it's like essentially like a cake shaped like a donut. But it's got the Fruit Loops to incorporate with it and
I've
like a
seen donut pans
frosting.
before, though. I just don't know how different they taste in
Oh.
comparison.
Well, I'll let you know because I'm gonna have those New Year's Eve and I mean tonight and see how they are.
Tonight, tonight is New
Um,
Year's Eve.
Happy New Year. So I got this from the Kardashians. Sorry, I know you don't like them. But when they have dinner together, they do like the peak and the pit of their day or their week or whatever. I wanted for each of us to do, and I think I forgot to text you, but it's fine. Like, I feel like we can, I haven't even thought about mine either. I wanted for each of us to do the peak and the pit of our year. And it could be like, multiple different things, but like, yeah,
I already have
curious.
mine.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay, let's start with our pits. What was your pit of the year?
My pit of the year is right now.
Oh,
Like literally. Um,
no.
no, so I mean, I've told you, but telling everybody else that we just ran out of time to get everything sold or donated or whatever. So I just posted on Facebook Marketplace yesterday. I was like, come get this whole house full of stuff free.
Yeah.
And so it's just been a lot of moving. I've been on the move since November 16th when we closed on the house.
Literally.
Um, so I haven't had a day of rest. I'm just really, really ready for this to be over with, but it will be over with by Christmas. So it's almost done.
Yeah, so you're almost out of your pit.
Yep.
And it can only go up from the
Yeah.
bottom, you know?
Yeah.
It's gonna get great.
I'm excited for 2024
I
for
am
sure.
too, very much so. I would say my pit, health-wise, for my family, this has been the worst year.
Hmm.
My dad with his knee, his diabetes, my mom got shingles, and I feel so bad I forgot the name. She also got this like skin disease essentially, not
Yeah, I remember
eczema.
when she had that. That was rough.
Yeah, and I can't remember the name, but so she had to deal with that. And at one point it was overlapping, the shingles and the skin disease were happening like at the same time, and that was really rough. And then I had my little accident in May with my
Oh
head,
yeah.
which I think I told you this multiple times, I still don't feel 100% myself. Like my brain, the way it operates is just different, and I don't think that's something that's going to change. So that's been hard to deal with, and except like there's still some days where I'll be down all day, which I haven't got into what happened on the podcast. I figured that's a story for another time. But there's some days when I'm like so upset with myself that I let it get to the point where I passed out and I hit my head because I'm trying to meet unrealistic expectations, this and that. And I get so frustrated thinking like if you were just nicer to yourself and more accepting, you would be fine right here now. You wouldn't have all of these different things happening that
Yeah.
bother you.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, in August, I get this mysterious mucusy cough
Had
to
your
the point,
cough forever.
literally since August. I was down at your house when it started. Well, okay, the throat started feeling weird right before
Hmm.
I came there. I'm not saying I got it from your apartment. I've got the cough was so bad in the first couple months. It was nonstop coughing to the point. Oh, wait, back up. The whole thing with the head as well, like it hurt my body. So like my head was injured and I was hobbling around like my back and everything. That was rough. And then it's
Hmm.
like I've recovered and I'm like, okay, I can move now. And then I get the cough and I'm coughing so hard, so much, 24 hours for so many weeks that I like pop something in my side and then I'm like immobile for forever
Yeah,
after
you
that.
were.
And then now, like my coughing is gone, but the mucus is still in my chest. I still have to hack it up all the time. Like I just permanently sound like I smoke a pack a day when I'm like laughing or anything. And I'm like, that's so not cool because I've never smoked like at all. I've never vaped. Like,
Yeah,
why am
no.
I the one that sounds like that? And like everyone I know, like not throwing shade, like I think cigarettes smell awesome. Like everyone I know smokes and like no one sounds as much of a smoker as I do.
Pick up smoking. I'm just kidding.
Maybe I'll reverse it.
Oh,
But yeah, health issues would be my pit of the year. I'm ready
okay.
to throw those away and just
Get him
start
out of here.
fresh. Yeah, get them out. Leave all of that. I don't know. I feel like this hacking's gonna be with me forever, but
It won't
I
be.
can deal with some mucus as long as everything else is fine and everyone around me is fine.
That's true. Yeah, fair.
Do you have a pit? Nope, you already said your
We
pit.
did that.
Do you have a peak of the year?
Buying my first house.
Yes, I figured that would be it.
Yeah.
That's a
So,
big step. That's like an official grown-up thing to do.
yeah.
And you did
Yeah,
it.
I did that.
And you're sitting in it. You're sitting in the product of
I'm
what you've
sitting in
done.
it. It's still, a disaster because I
But you
haven't
did it.
unpacked everything, but I did it. And I'm proud of it. I'm proud of me for doing it.
As
So,
you should be. It's incredible.
yeah. Okay,
Round
what's
of
yours?
applause. Oh, I have a couple. The peak has been spending lots of time with my mom this year, doing a lot of traveling, a lot of adventures. You were a
You
part
guys
of some
have
of
done a lot of that.
those.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm glad that I got to share that with you and Jalen. who,
Mhm.
for those listening, is my other cousin. And starting this podcast, I would say, is a peak
Yeah.
because I mean, it kind of came out of no, like I just had an idea one day and I'm like, I want to do it. I don't know what to do. And I don't think anyone even really knows this, but it started out me being like, will you be my guest on it? Because I didn't know what to do. I'm like, I can't just talk to myself. And then we recorded a first episode that to this day has not ever been aired. Because then we decided, like,
Because it was so bad.
no, it wasn't. It was good. I feel like it was good. We were talking about like granny panties and Alec Murdaugh.
You'll have to release that one day.
I will. It'll come out of the vault one day, but we scrapped it because we then decided, hey, like let's do every episode together. Hello.
And we have
And
been for
and since
17, 17. This will be 17.
yeah, that's crazy to think about.
Hmm.
17 weeks of this. And it's been and like we've grown. And I'm like, I'm proud of it. And I think I mentioned this before when I was saying, like, oh, we hit like 40 followers. Like, that's not a lot to some people, but like now we're at 50, and that was just a couple weeks ago. Like, I feel like it's literally only up from here.
And
I've
our
never had
TikTok
higher numbers.
views,
Our TikTok
crazy.
views are incredible. And I feel like I had a hit for us today, except it just wouldn't post. But I'll update my phone after this and try again. Um, but yeah, so oh, I have another peek. Okay, maybe this year wasn't so bad, even though all the health stuff happened. Getting into film and TV and doing that.
Oh, yeah.
That just started this year, I forgot, because it was January when I went away to North Carolina to do the short film. And
Hmm.
that really ignited something in me. And then I've been to quite a few sets this year, and it's been so much fun, and I really loved that. So, wow. I like reflecting on this. This is fun.
Crazy what you can get done in a year, right?
I know, it really is. And I don't know, like I I feel like a lot of people might say stuff like this and it sounds silly to hear people say it if you are not like feeling it too, but like I genuinely have like the best feeling about next year. I get like I don't know, like because I love what we're doing with this. Like even though it definitely can be tedious like trying to find time to do it. I know especially for you because you actually have things that you need to be present for, aka a job. But I don't know, every time I'm like I get to edit it and I get to upload it and I get to like try to promote it. Like I just have such good feelings about it and just life in general. Like I think I've also mentioned this before, but there was some type of moon. I don't know. I'm not an astrology girly. Some moon happened, maybe a new moon. And I got this journal and it's has Alexis Rose from Schitt's Creek on it. Have you ever seen that?
Oh, I love Schitt's Creek.
Yes, it's such a good show. And it has her on the front and it says love that journey for me. And so I went and I wrote down a whole day in my life, a year from the day that I wrote it. So I'm writing down the success of everything around me and like what's going on and where I'm at and stuff as like a manifestation thing. And I feel like we're on track. We're getting there. We are. So
That's exciting.
I'm really excited for the new year. I don't know. I've never been so optimistic in my life. I'm like up here. Like I just know great things are coming and happening.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Would you, if we could do this full time, like I'm talking like a Theo Vaughn level, like full-time podcaster, would you quit your job?
Yes.
Cool.
May still see some therapy clients.
Yeah,
Maybe.
you should, because you can do that on the side, you get to make your times.
But like, let's say we ever get rich from this.
Hmm.
Hell no, not working.
Yeah, no, because like my goal, and this is not something I've written down yet, but I would really like this is again, I feel crazy when I say these things out loud because this is such like a far-fetched thing to say, but I would really like for us to be able to do a tour.
That would be cool.
Yeah, just go to different cities. have like a like I don't even know, like an in-person podcast, I guess, just like chatting.
Mhm.
I want to perform. I want to sing a song or two. You don't have to. And then like get to meet people everywhere. Like I feel like I can just picture us renting like a Sprinter van and getting a couple people, couple people to come with us and
We
help
would
us
own
out.
that Sprinter van, okay?
Okay, we could do that. But no, that long term, that is a goal that I have for us is to be able to take this on tour. All right, to round out this episode, here's some AITA New Year's themed. Okay, AITA for skipping New Year's Eve at my child-free sister's. Last week I hosted Christmas for my family. I, 33 male, have a 2-year-old with my wife. Every year, it's at my sister, parents, or my house, and it rotates every year. One of us hosts Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. In the last year, my sister, who is vocally child-free, got a dog. I love my sister, but we are very much opposites. When I had my kid, it changed our relationship a bit. She tolerates, her words, my son. She has never watched him, and I've never asked. My son is present at all family functions, and this annoys my sister. My sister has turned into your classic dog mom. World revolves around the dog type. I do not own dogs, and I really don't want to be around them. Same, dude. Not yours, though. Not yours. I'm not talking about that. Um, I don't want them in my house, and my sister wanted to bring her dog to Christmas, and I said no. It's well trained and overall okay for a dog. I just don't want it in my house or even in my yard. She compi oh, sorry. She complained but left it alone and what? Compile. I'm so
Implied.
dumb. It literally says complied. She complied and left it alone, but was not happy about it and let me know that several times. The day before New Year's Eve, she told me kids weren't welcome at her house. I was taken back by this and asked why. She said alcohol would be present. We all drink, and family friends also come to this party, and just said it wouldn't be appropriate for a 2-year-old to be present. My wife and I had planned only to stay until 10 anyway, and then we'd go home because of our kid. We reconsidered and opted to not go at all and respected my sister's wishes by keeping the kid at home. I let her know half an hour before the party started. My wife and I treated it like any other night. We didn't even stay up until midnight. By 11, I noticed missed calls from her and I didn't answer. I fell asleep when texts started coming in, calling me an asshole, calling me a dog hater, saying it was rude I didn't come to the party. She said it was BS that she got my kid a Christmas present, but I didn't get her dog anything. The list went on, and she was clearly drunk. I tried to call her, she didn't answer, and I got a text, I'm not answering, asshole. So, AITA here.
No.
No, not even a little bit.
I mean, at the beginning, I was kind of like, okay, you don't like dogs, like, but you didn't get my dog anything for Christmas. That is
Right,
unhinged.
right. And you're like, you don't want kids at this party? Well, we don't have a babysitter. Like, what do you want us to do?
Right.
Bring the kid and you're gonna cause a
Babysitters are
scene?
hard to get, especially on holidays and stuff.
Right? And like last minute like that?
Mhm.
Mm-mm. So they have an update. It says, earlier today, I finally talked to my sister. Few things to address. To be honest, I was pissed at her rule. We had looked for a babysitter. The time we were informed to no kids were coming to the party. All of our usual babysitters, like our parents, aunts, whoever, would be at the party, so no one outside of the usual crew were available. I think that's where I just came up with no babysitter. I don't think it was mentioned until just then. For those asking, when I told her no to the dog coming over on Christmas, I told her the day before, because that's when she asked me. This is her first year with the dog, so I had no idea she had an expectation she would bring it. My mom told her to ask me first instead of just bringing it. She only lives 10 minutes away. The dog would have been fine. She's been vocal about not liking kids since she was a late teenager. She's child-free by choice. I got the drunk text because my family members were disappointed my kid wasn't there, especially the ones that don't get to see my son often. My sister told him there were no kids at the party. They were surprised, and since my sister never hosted a party, oh, they were surprised since my sister has never hosted a kid. Goodbye. They were surprised because oh my God, stop. My record is skipping. I'm skipping that sentence. Another family member that had kids ended up having one stay home with their kids. It's this person, it's their typing. I think he's saying one parent stayed home with the kid. We talked about it today and she's still mad about Christmas. Told me she wants me to accept her dog as family. I told her it can be family to you, but it's not family to me. It can be your everything, but it won't be to me. I told her my kid is more important than her dog. I'm not a dog person. I never will be. I just don't want it at my house. Apparently, the attention my kid gets from the family, including my mom, bothers my sister. It was clear from the beginning she wasn't going to be an involved aunt to my son, which hurts me, but I didn't realize there was this much jealousy. I'm going to give her a space for a while and then reach out.
Hmm.
Imagine being jealous over your nephew,
Yeah.
the attention that he's getting. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not, I- we all know this. I have no desire to have children, but I'm not jealous of them. Like, I think it's fun when they're around sometimes because I don't have to keep them, you know?
Hmm.
So, sister is in the wrong there. I think we both agree on that.
Very much so. All right. I'll go.
Yes.
AITA for not wanting to spend New Year's Eve with my husband's kids. Okay.
Okay.
Here's the situation. My partner and I have been together for 3 years. We both have demanding jobs and are usually pretty busy, so we try to make the most of our time together when we're not working. This year, my husband's ex wife asked if he could have the kids for Christmas. We agreed, thinking it would be a nice way to spend a holiday to give them the chance to spend time with their dad and for them to warm up to me. I'm a guy, and his ex wife has only recently warmed up to him dating me, so this is progress. Okay, gotcha.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Christmas was a bit of a mixed bag. The kids were grateful and seemed to enjoy spending time with us, but they also fought a lot and made a mess at my office. It was really stressful trying to keep them from arguing, and they seemed to be constantly bickering with each other over who got what toy and who was eating what food. Now, my husband's ex wife asked if we can have the kids again for New Year's Eve. My husband wants to say yes, but I'm really not interested. I feel like we've already put in a lot of effort on for Christmas, and I don't want to spend another holiday with the kids, especially if it's going to involve a lot of fighting and stress. I've tried explaining this to my husband, but he just says that it's not fair to the kids and that we should be more understanding. He also thinks that because the kids have been so accepting of me, we should have them around for New Year's Eve as well. I feel like I'm being selfish, but I also don't want to spend another holiday with the kids if it's going to be as stressful as Christmas was. AITA for not wanting to spend New Year's Eve with my husband's kids. Kind of.
How do how do you get involved with someone that has kids and have zero interest in being a part of their life?
It's too stressful for me. Guess
Like,
what?
you can't just don't get involved with that person to begin with. You
Yeah.
don't have to want to have kids yourself, but those kids were there before you. Like, come
Yes.
on. I don't know. I mean,
And
yes,
your partner will always choose their kids over you.
as hopefully, and they
Hmm.
should.
Yeah.
So yeah, whoever wrote this,
Done.
thumbs down.
Okay. So there are two edits on this one. He has another separate home to meet the kids during weekends because they don't want me involved with the kids. Okay. Otherwise, he meets them in their family home. They still celebrate Easter and other major holidays and family events as a family. In parentheses, him, his ex wife, and the kids without me. His ex wife is homophobic and is still coming to terms with his sexuality. Another edit. I feel that I should clarify that I am not involved with the kids and likely won't ever get too involved. Him and his ex-wife are adamant that the kids know what they have. Kids know that they have one mother and one father, and they don't want me to have a parental role and for the kids to think they have two dads.
That's bizarre to me. I understand, like, knowing this is your dad and this is your mom, but again, like, how do you not become at least a little bit involved in the
Well,
person
it's
that you're
said
with's
that it
kid?
seemed like in the main post that the kids were accepting of their relationship.
Right. Yeah. I don't
And
understand that at all.
if the ex-wife didn't want the kids to be involved with him,
Mm-hmm.
why are they spending Christmas and New Year's Eve together?
Right. Exactly.
I
And
think he was
like
just trying to cover his ass.
probably because he got probably horrible responses to that,
Hmm.
people disagreeing with him. Because also, like, even if the wife is homophobic, like, she's still letting the kids around their dad.
Yeah.
So that like what did you do for neither of them to want you involved with the kids? Like I don't know. That doesn't sit right with me. I still think he's in the wrong regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Because if okay, first of all, if he knows he's not meant to be involved and that's not his role, why did he even come on and put this story? Just like let your guy spend time with his kids and like I don't know. People are stupid.
Stupid.
Stupid. But yeah.
Mm.
Um I guess to end this, do you have any not resolutions, but predictions or wishes for this new year coming up or just like some vibes you want to put out there?
I predict that this is going to be a very great year for the podcast.
I love that. Oh my God. You're gonna make me cry. That
What
makes
about you?
me so happy. Same. I think it's I feel like it's the year of growth, both online, within ourselves, and the year of money. I don't know if that sounds crazy, but
Hopefully.
I think with the good things to come for the podcast, I think it brings plenty of reward, if that makes sense. And I'm not just talking about money wise.
I agree.
But that's, oh my God, that feels so good for you to say. Not that I don't think that you believe in it, but I, I'm kind of like an obsessive person. So I'm like thinking about things all the time. And when I don't hear people telling me their thoughts, I just assume they don't think about it. I don't know if that makes sense what
I
I'm
know
trying
that
to
my mind
say.
has been elsewhere for like the last several months, but
Which
it's
I'm
about to calm down.
right. I'm not saying like I'm not saying anything bad about
I
that.
know. I
Just
know.
it's really cool to hear you say that about the podcast. Do you have song of the week, New Year's Day by Taylor Swift. Couldn't get more spot on than that.
What's up with these T Swift songs being
I
relevant to any
know.
situation?
She's got a song for everything, honey.
I guess so.
Do you have a very last PSA of the year? Speaking of, before we do that, I'm gonna make a post with all of our PSAs of this year, and I'm gonna make a Spotify playlist with all of our songs of the week, and I'll post about them when they're
Oh,
done.
that's cute. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, we're gonna do that. So what's our final PSA of 2023?
Don't drink and drive. Be very safe.
Perfect. Perfect. Love it. So with that, I guess we say goodbye to 2023. We'll see you guys in 2024, hopefully, with some new exciting things, including new exciting people
Yeah.
and new exciting us because we're just as cool as guests.
Yes. Even if we don't have any guests, we're still pretty fun.
Yeah, I love us. So,
Yeah. Okay. Well,
yay.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. Whoop whoop.
Woo.
For the last time this year.
You've been listening to the Straight Crooked Podcast.
Bye.
Bye. 2023.
2023.